gentleman, and he's getting ready to get his season started. In fact, they've already played. Played Loyola, I guess, 2 nights ago or a night ago, and fared well. And of course, he's done an excellent job at Tulane in 5 years, and continues to build a program with a lot of kids from our area, in fact, that are really excelling and will continue to excel. Previously, he was the head coach at the Citadel. Of course, he's a native of Davenport, Iowa, and he's ready to roll, and it's great to have him with us here this afternoon. Please give a very warm Ready to Roll Sports Foundation Quarterback Club welcome to Coach Ed Conroy of the Tulane Greenway. Ben?
Thank you, and thank you to the Quarterback Club for inviting me and all of you to be here today. Look forward to spending a few minutes with you and just telling you a little bit about our season and our roster and our program and where we're at right now. But first, I'd like to tell you just a little bit about one of the highlights of my summer, and I've shared this with a lot of people. I thought you might want to hear a couple of things about a trip that I've made several times over the last started 10 years ago. And a group of coaches around the country, now some of our commentators, Steve Lavin, Fran Fraschilla, coaches like Jim Calhoun, Mike Ray, myself. About 10 years ago, we started to go over to the Middle East and visit the troops in Kuwait, Iraq, Afghanistan. And what we do, just in short, is we announce about a month ahead of time that we're coming over just to spend some time with them. And but we're going to run a basketball tournament while we're there. So all these little bases, some are very small, some are thousands of people. They all have the right to kind of put on a little intramural tournament, if you will, and figure out who their best team that they can put together is. 5 or 8 guys, and then they come together at one main base. Facilities aren't great, but we make do. And we have a little draft one night. The 8 teams will start to compete, and by the end of they'll play in a tournament. It'll be on the Armed Forces Network. It'll be on TV for them. There'll be referees there, announcers, commentators, the coaches. We're coaching as hard as we ever would. And by the end of the deal, there'll be sometimes 3,000 or 4,000 troops watching the games. It's really an unbelievable experience. But I'll share with you just a couple things. We always fly over, and we meet in D.C. before we go overseas, and we spend the day at Walter Reed. And it's always amazing. That's where a lot of our wounded come back to, and just to see the advancements that are being made there and the things that are being done to take care of them. But 10 years ago, when we got started, we met a young man in his hospital room that I didn't think there was much hope for. He was the first man that had lost all 4 limbs overseas, serviceman that we had gotten back home alive. And when we got there this year, we got off the plane, Coach Lavin and I, and the head of our group came up to us right away and he said, "Hey, Steve, Ed, there's somebody who wants to take you guys to lunch." And we thought it was just a guy that we maybe, because we meet with donors sometimes, some fundraising, somebody to help our group out. And we go to lunch, and walk through the door, and here comes a young man with 2 transplanted arms, 2 prosthetic legs, and a dog that we had helped raise money for. And he said, "Fellas, they haven't got me yet." And he was still going strong, big smile on his face. Had a great time at lunch, and what an inspiring day to spend with him. Then I get over there, and as luck would have it, there was a lot of Louisiana guys over this time at Camp Arifjan in Kuwait. So I had several on my team, and we're actually doing pretty well. We're getting ready to go to the semifinals, but I had a little 2-guard from Monroe, Louisiana that hadn't been playing real well, hadn't been making shots for me. I thought we'd gotten him open a little bit. We actually have practices every morning, so we're running plays and things like that, and he's not knocking down shots, and I thought he could. And so I go over to the barracks that night, spend a little time with him, just to, as a coach. We're taking it serious. We're trying to win, so I'm trying to get inside of him a little bit, see what makes him tick. I'm asking him all about himself. He's telling me his life story, and then he got all emotional. He said, "Coach, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys being over here. As soon as this tournament ends, I'm going up north." And I knew what that meant. That meant he was going up to Iraq. I said, "Tay, I didn't think we had anybody up north right now." And he looked at me and kind of said, "Coach, you know better. You've been over here before." He said, and so we spent the rest of the night talking. I didn't know what to say. I'm thinking, I'm putting my coach hat on, like, how can I get this guy inspired tomorrow? He's got some serious things he's got to do here in a couple of days. And I finally just figured, you know what, Tay? All I can tell you is this: we win tomorrow, they can't take either one of us for another 24 hours. You got another day here at Camp Arifjan. So if I was you, I'd make some shots, and I'll take you to the PX. We'll eat as good as we can, and you'll be here another 24 hours. I kid you not. He made 6 threes the next night. We won by 1 in overtime. We went to the championship game and won. Lavin is coming up to me like, "Where'd he come from?" I go, "But all the coaches are watching every game, doing a little scouting." I said, "I don't know, but Iraq must not be a real good place right now," because he was pretty inspired. And so Tay, bro, hopefully he's going to get back to a game this year. We can honor him at that game. That'd be a great thing. But you know, a little bit about our program. Really proud to be here and maybe the strides we've taken, but even more so excited about where we're at now and where we can go. It seems like every year, and whenever I'm driving over here, I think about, you know, what's kind of the update in our program. And we've done so many different things over the years. With, you know, the Hurt Center, our beautiful practice facility is now in its 3rd year, and it gives us a state-of-the-art teaching environment, you know, for our guys. We've improved every aspect of the program, from academic support. We've had 19 guys graduate since I've been here. Everybody who has finished their eligibility has graduated within 4 years, or some took a class that next summer. 13 of those guys had a chance to play professionally. 11 of them took at least one master's class while they were here, and I think 3 are already done with their masters. You know, so really some unbelievable stuff going on, and kind of unheard of in college basketball at this level. But we've improved our academic support. Our schedule's improved immensely. The TV package, by being in the new league that we're in now, the American, we were at 1 or 2 games on TV nationally a year, our last year in Conference USA, and now every single game we play will be on the ESPN family of networks, every time we go out. So 32 games right now are scheduled on the ESPN family of networks, which, you know, it just gives us a chance to recruit the level of guys we need, and also say to the local guys, which I'm going to talk about here in a second, hey, there's no reason to go anywhere else. We can provide you everything, you know, that anybody else can right here, you know, from exposure and a challenge, you know, point of view. The Devlin Fieldhouse at Fogelman Arena, we've revamped that, and they just put in the new video board. So every single aspect of the program, but again, nothing more exciting, because it is about the players, about what we can provide for those guys. And because of that, we've been able to attract some of the local guys and keep them at home. Been a priority of mine since I got the job, that we would work the local area and try to keep those guys and fill in around the country with Tulane's national reputation as best we can. But now, when I arrived, we had one player from Louisiana on scholarship. Now half our roster is Louisiana guys, most of them from right here. And I don't want to neglect our newcomers and our guys from out of state, but with you, I wanted to focus on those new guys and get you excited about coming out to see us play. Von Julian, point guard from Riverside. Malik Morgan from Curtis. Malik had a great night the other night in our exhibition game against Loyola. Jannar Giroux from 35. Blake Paul from Landry Walker. I'm probably going to miss somebody here. Lou Dabney from Riverside. Lou's been our heart and soul the last several years. You know, so we're starting to get those local guys and attract them and keep them home. It's going to give us a chance against the schedule that we do have. We open up Friday night against Alabama A&M. They'll be one of the best teams in the SWAC this year. Monday night we have Drake from the Missouri Valley, same league as Wichita State and Northern Iowa and those type of schools. And then it just keeps picking up steam from there. We've got North Carolina on the schedule this year, Mississippi State, Georgia Tech, you name it, we're playing them. And then we get into our league, which the American is, there's 34 Division I basketball leagues now. And American, any way you want to slice, is one of the top 3 or 4 leagues in the country. I think we'll be back to having 4 and 5 bids again this year. But UConn, SMU, Memphis, Cincinnati, Temple, the tradition, the commitment in our league, there'll be some great games, great teams to see in Devlin Fieldhouse, and we hope you come and watch us this year and do that. You're going to see a different brand of basketball, not only from us, but also around the country. They're calling the game a lot differently. A couple years ago, they tried some of these rule changes, but they didn't really write them as rule changes. It was more interpretations by the referees. Now they've put them in as rule changes. Early on, you're probably going to see a lot more fouls called. They're really trying to clean up the freedom of movement and the pace of the game. The shot clock has gone to 35. The block charge arc has been changed. It's moved farther away, more like the NBA lane. I think we're moving closer and closer to that game. And then on our side of it, with our bigs, Dylan Osikowski, who was a 6'9", 250-pound freshman for us last year, he's really toned up with him and Jannar Giroux, the young man who graduated from Washington from 35. I think our bigs will really be able to handle the ball a lot more, so we'll be able to play with a lot more pace and keep the floor spread. Lou Dabney will certainly still be a key for us. He's been an all-league guy for us, and he's our senior captain. He's our toughness. But Malik Morgan is going to probably try to play some point. He was a big-time scorer in high school. A lot of people might not think he could make that transition, but he's done really well so far. Von Julian will play some point, and Von gives us a guy that can really push it from baseline to baseline as fast as anybody. Blake Paul, the other local guy that I mentioned, Blake is going to, his size and his ability to affect shots around the rim will really be exciting for us going forward. He's probably put on 20 pounds of muscle since he's been here. Wasn't a big-time scorer in high school, but his scoring skills are improving fast. And as he gets this year with Dylan and Jannard and Ryan Smith out there behind them, I think you'll see tremendous things out of him in the future. Anybody have any questions or anything I can further elaborate on as far as, you know, our team, our program, or where we're headed?
Raise your hand. We've got a microphone to you over here.
It's kind of surprising that you said that the college game is trying to get closer to the NBA because of the sexual popularity of the college game is more towards the purest of basketball fans. They love to see the flow of the game of college rather than the pro. So, are you in favor of that?
I would say, and there's certain things, and it's probably a little bit long answer, but as a fan, like when I go to football or basketball games that are on TV, and you sit through those long media timeouts and things like that when you're watching in person, I think it's tough. So I'm in favor of anything that will speed the game up as far as, like they took, one of the rules is they took a timeout away from us. I'm good with that. I don't have to, I just talked to my guy the night before and tell him he doesn't have to go north if he makes threes. We'll get it done in practice or the night before. So I'm good with those type of things that they're doing to speed up the game. But I'm with you. One of the things I love about college basketball is that there's, unlike football, where I think there's 120 some Division I, football programs, there's 345 Division I basketball teams. And the variety that you get, I think, is what leads to the excitement of March Madness and things like that. For us, I don't think the shot clock is going to affect us much. We want to play much faster. But some of the other rules, I think, are good for freedom of movement. But to your point, if we go too far toward the NBA, I'm not as in favor of that. And I think one of the pressures that the college game is facing is trying to get as the popularity of the game spreads across the world, trying to get one set of rules for everybody. So there's not international rules, NBA rules, and college rules. But I do like a lot of the college rules.
What are your expectations in terms of regular season record and postseason?
Yeah, and we're very fortunate in our league. I think every year in, year out, we should expect to compete at the top of our league. And if you do that, you don't have to win our league to win a national championship. Over the last 3 years, Louisville and UConn have won the national championship. I think UConn was a 5 seed in the conference tournament the year they won it. If you finish in the top half of that league and not or anywhere in top third, you're going to get a bid. You're going to get a chance, and you can play with the best teams in the country. I would think it'll be interesting to see what happens with SMU this year because they have some sanctions and how their team. But there's no question that's a top 20 team. UConn's a top 20 team. Temple, Memphis, Cincinnati would be right on the brink of the top 20 right now. There's 5 or 6 teams. I think we can jump up and join in that mix. And hopefully with our young team, we get in those fights. I was really proud last year, and I think this was the first step. Our first year in the league, we have 9 road games, and we won 5 of those road games. We won at Memphis and Cincinnati for the second time in school history, the first time in 30 years. We had the lead in 3 other of those road games under 5 minutes to go, twice under a minute to go. So we had a chance, realistically, to win 8 of our 9 road games. And going on the road in college basketball, as you know, is really, really tough. We didn't do the job we needed to do defending at home. That's why I need all of you and all of your friends in Dublin. But I thought it showed the toughness and where our program is. If you can go on the road, have that resolve, and play the right way, that this year and the year after, we should really make some great strides. This is signing week, by the way. I can't talk much about it, but I think we're about to put together our 3rd really, really stellar class in a row, and that's what you have to have.
With SMU and their sanctions, is the coach suspended for the first 9 games, or is it 9 games in the league?
I believe it's the first 9 games that Coach would be. That would be nice, wouldn't it? No. But Coach Jankovic, they brought down an assistant coach in waiting with Coach Brown, and I don't think they're going to miss a beat in that regard. But I do think it'll be interesting to see as they go through the year. Team chemistry and players and all those things. It's a long journey to go through that season. There's a lot of ups and downs, and when they know that there's not a bid at stake, just keeping that team together, it should be interesting to see how that goes. Anybody else? Well, listen, I appreciate you listening, and I'll be around for a while afterwards. But anybody has anything, hopefully we'll see you out there. It'll be a great home schedule. And it's just going to keep getting better, the next few years. we'll open up with North Carolina at home next year. They'll be coming back, and we can get teams like that now because of the league we're in and the RPI that our league carries with it. So the schedule's going to keep getting better, and hopefully we'll keep attracting that talent and get you all excited about our program. Thank you.